All right, let's try this here. Let's try this here again. Let's try it again. It's a little new for me, doing this way of doing things. Full Atlas Air Flight GTI. Yep, that looks good. Let's transition this bitch to this. And let's see how that looks. Hey, that's not too bad. It's a little smaller than it usually is. Let me see if I can adjust the size of this here a little bit. Capture card. All right, maybe we'll leave it like that. All right, let's go ahead and get this started. I'm a little smaller than I normally am, but hey man, y'all aren't here to see me. Y'all are here to see the airplane show. Let's see how that looks. Is that a little better? I guess I could overlap the top of this a little bit. There we go. Let's leave it like that. All right, let's go ahead and get this here started up. Let's get this bitch started up. If it's not loud enough, let me know. I'll get back to you when I'm off. All right, so here's what we gonna do. Okay. Capture card. All right. Let's go ahead and get our aeroplane. Change aircraft. Boeing 747-800. And let's put on Emerald Gold, Pacifica, World Traveler. I think we'll just use the default. Ugh, that's fucking terrible. And I love green, that's terrible. Yeah, we'll use the default livery for tonight. Alright, let's go ahead and get to our airport. I would like to be able to hear this volume better, though. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that with this. I guess I can turn my monitor up a little bit. That's where headphones come in handy, but I don't have the right splitter for it. All right, let's go ahead and get to our airport here. So now this took off. Let me get go ahead and get my flight plan pulled up here. I forget what time this thing took off from. I think it was like 2 o'clock. This thing be cutting my face off. Let me do a little adjusting here. All right, capture card. That's fine. All right, that's about as good as I can get it, I think. All right, let's go. Let's put in our airplane information. So we will be heavy tonight. Let's put in our normal tail number. And this is GTI. Uh, 8102, I believe. Let me look at the flight plan here. GTI, yep, 8102. All right, that's good. Let's go to Dallas. And we're taking off from 36 right, which is this one here. So maybe this is cargo over here, I would think. Yeah, that looks good. And let's put in... Oh yeah, I do have all that shit turned off. Let me go back to settings real quick. All right, general options. Let's turn traffic on again. I'm not a fan of doing this without my headphones. I gotta figure a way to get my headphones incorporated again, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to until I get a splitter, but I'll have a little bit of time tomorrow to play with it, but I was tired of, well, let me get this set up and then we'll talk as we go along, but I was tired of my lips moving differently than everything else, and the only way I can do that and fix it is with a capture card. However, I can't get on the 2 websites I want to be on without using a capture card. Sure. Yeah. Well, you know what? If I buy, I guess if I buy a webcam, that might be cheaper than buying a splitter, actually. Buying a webcam and hooking that up to the Xbox and letting that record my face. Oh, whatever. We'll do it this way tonight, and I'll look at a webcam. Maybe I'll get that, because there's some pretty cheap webcams out there, and I don't need a great one right now. But I would like my lips to move at the same time my words are coming out of my mouth. I'm tired of my videos looking like an old kung fu movie from the 70s. All right, ATC communication is on, and user experience, voices, yes, and enforce the flight plan, yes. All right, so now we got that set. Now we can go back to Dallas, and we can put on live weather. and we will make this sometime last month. And it did take off. I have here 1805, but that's Zulu time. And so 6 hours behind that would be 1205. So I think that's when this plane took off, but not close enough. Let's just set it here. Yeah, because 5 would be 13. 6 would be 12. Well, I have it landing at 8. Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right, very good. Let's get in this airplane and get this thing here. Let's get going. Let's get rolling. Yes, sir. Hopefully the capture card will be loud enough. You know, if not, I can turn it up a little bit, but see how it goes. I don't like in OBS how you can't overlap stuff. That I need to figure out. I mean, if I can overlap some stuff, that'll really help. But right now, I don't know how to overlap images. All right, ready to fly. All right. Alright, so let's get rid of this. Now, the one thing I wish that this was different on this airplane right from jump is this here tablet. I wish that this thing worked. I really do. But it don't. So, you know, it kind of is what it is. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Now, we don't really need the checklist. I just want to see what it looks like. I've started these planes up enough to where, you know, I'm pretty comfortable with everything that goes on with this airplane. Do we have ground power outside? Yeah, but I don't think it's connected. So, oh, it says it's available though. So, let's see here, battery switch on. So open this up, let's turn the battery on. Standby power selector to auto. Let's turn on the external power. Hydraulic demand off. Hydraulic demand pumps, those are all off. The windshield wipers are off, and gear is hopefully down. I would like to think it's down. We're in for a little bit of a rough go of it if it's not down. Alright, and let's see here, aisle. We don't need the floodlights on. Let's go ahead and put our nav lights on. Got the Queen of the Skies here with us tonight. Let me see if I can get... Let me do one thing with the sound of the airplane. Give me 1 second. Let me add a filter to the airplane. Let's see here. Effect, audio, video. Let's add gain. And let's add like 3 dB and see if that helps a little bit. And if that's too much, we'll go ahead and turn it back down again. All right, so nav selectors, let's put those on. All right, let's do this. 1, 2, and 3. Let's set the IRS position. So let's come down here. And I think it's always in the way. All right, let's push the position initialization. let's go to the next page. Let's click that, and let's go back, and let's enter that in. That should be accurate. Let me look at the flight plan. North 3253, West 097. Yep, that is good. So, alright, those two are done. Bus tie switches should be on auto already. I think a lot of this stuff is already done, to be honest. Yeah, those are on auto. Generator control. Yep, those are on. APU, let's turn that on. Well, let's set our flight plan first, and then we'll turn the APU on. Now, I don't think I can... What are those things for? Is that for the generator control switches? Oh, so stupid. Alright, are you guys happy now that I touched you? I guess you're not. Alright, I guess I have to touch you all. Let me play with you guys real quick, that way it'll make you guys happy. Will that make you guys happy that I play with you? Just a little. Greg, you sound like a dirty old man, Greg. Yep, I sure do sometimes, because I am a dirty old man sometimes. Sometimes I am. Sometimes you just are what you are. You know what I'm saying? Alright, let's go down and plug in our flight plan. What the fuck? Alright, if I turn that off, does that help? Alright, good. Jesus. Guys are so needy. Alright, let's come here to root. And we're going to type in KDFW for Dallas. And then we have KORD, KORD. Our flight plan, our flight number is GTI8102, which is, I'm not sure where Atlas Air gets GTI from, but whatever. I'm okay with GTI. I had one of them many years ago. Alright, let's click activate. Execute. Alternate is KDTW, so let's type that in. Oh, that's for a whole nother flight plan. Fuck that. Alright, let me see if... Is this connected to SimBrief? No SimBrief login. Ooh, do we have SimBrief? This is actually my first time really flying this plane in this simulator. So... Alright. IRS, accelerated, in-flight fuel configuration. Alright. Ooh, we do have it. Alright, let's see here. Do. Very cool. Well, that's nice. I didn't know it had this feature. Let's go back to root. Let's input here. Let's request the root ski. That'll save some time. Alright, let's load it. Execute. Very cool. What? It doesn't plug in the whole thing? It just takes the waypoints? Alright, well, let's put in our departures on that. I thought it was going to bring in the whole thing. Shows what I know. See, I don't know everything, right? Alright, 36 right is what we're going to try to take off from, and we have a Kuna 9. And MLC is our transition, so we may have to erase MLC. It may be in our flight plan twice. And our arrival tonight is ILS 10C. But let's input our star first, so that's Shane 2. Welts is the transition. And we are doing ILS 10C. That's the runway that this airplane landed at yesterday when it landed in Chicago. All right, that's all good. Let's go to legs now. And let's just make sure we don't have any discontinuities or anything. All right, so from nuns to vectors to gibbons. Let's look at our arrival. So nuns goes right into gibbons. Okay, so let's click on gibbons. Let's go back a page. Let's click on vectors. And now the route is connected. Let's plug in our cruising altitude tonight, and then we'll go ahead and verify the route in our display and make sure everything is kosher with it, so to say. All right, so 39,000 feet, that's in there. Yeah, let's check out our route real quick. So let's come up here. Let's change this to plan. I would think this would work. All right, let's see here. Let's go to legs. And if you look on the bottom right, there's this little button next to step. Let's click on that. But that was interesting. It looked like it went backwards for a second. And this is pretty close to what it flew yesterday, so that looks good to me. Let's come here to init. And I don't think I can plug in the fuel. Well, let's see. I don't know for sure. Let me not guess. Give me a second here. Let's zoom in. I like how we have the airport right on the screen here. That is really cool. All right, so the fuel it's sensed is 95. Okay, so yeah, that's way too much fuel. So let's come up here and change our fuel. So this flight only used like 30,000 kilograms. So let's change this down. Let's just plug in like 32 there. Now the payload, total takeoff weight of this airplane yesterday was 291. So we're not too far off. So actually, let's plug in a little bit more fuel. We'll plug in 20. And let's bring our payload up. So we're at 291. All right, that's close enough. All right, and let's get our APU started, then we'll contact the ATC. So let's go ahead and turn on that fuel tank there. And let's go ahead and turn you on. Let's close that battery cover up. Yo, what's up, Byron? What's good, my dude? It's my first night trying this format, so if it sounds a little off, I apologize. I'll get it under control. I know my voice is okay, but I don't know how the airplane's going to be yet. Nothing's really on right now, so there's nothing to hear with the airplane yet, but we'll see how it sounds once I get the engines on and all that. Cool, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. They're fun to make. I enjoy making them, actually. It never really feels like, I don't know. It doesn't seem tedious or like, you know, or anything negative. I mean, I like making them. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I was tired of the way I was streaming before. through Xbox, I had to go through Twitch first, but because of that, whenever I was talking, like my mouth wasn't matching what I was saying, and that really bothered me. That it really bothered me that the video looked like a 70s kung fu movie. And the only way I can change that until I get a webcam is to do it this way. But yeah, man, I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. All right, so now we got the right amount of fuel. Let's plug in our... This stuff should actually populate manually, actually. Yeah. Yeah. I'm in Xbox. Yep, absolutely. It's, right here, I'll type it in the chat. It's Bacon Strips 0001. I'm not online right now, but I will be later. Tomorrow for sure. Yeah, that's the username there. Bacon Strips 0001. I just got back into Xbox like I guess a few months ago when I started playing the simulator on here, and I went to start an account. I completely forgot I started this account like 15 years ago. So, you know, I was thinking about changing the name, but I still like bacon strips, so I'm just going to leave it how it is. All right, so it's 12 degrees. Let's set it for 30 degrees over that, so let's set this for 42. And well, you can go about playing it. Well, yes, you do have to pay for it. But if you don't want to buy the whole game, you can go ahead and use Xbox Game Pass, and it's like, I think it's like $15 a month. Yep. Yeah, I mean, for the longest time, I was playing it without without really paying for the game itself. I was just doing it on their cloud service. All right, APU is on, isolation is on, engine bleeds. Let's turn those on. A little bit, yeah. I mean, I play with my son every once in a while. I haven't played Roblox in a couple weeks, but yeah, I mean, I've played a few times recently, actually. Yeah, my son's really big into that Doors game, so I play with him periodically. All right, let me go ahead and... Oh yeah, I gotta contact the ATC. Let me contact them real quick. I haven't played Minecraft in a long time. I like Minecraft. I just, you know, it's a little tough to make time sometimes to play. Hold short of 18 right. Why do they always send us on the opposite end of the fucking airport? Contact tower on 127.5 when ready. Well, I live in Maryland. All right, 18 left. Send it. Let me see if I can do the same takeoff with a different runway. So 36. Let's see, 17 left. Boeing 869er, did you copy? No, bitch. I didn't copy yet. Said I live in Maryland. The state Maryland in the United States. All right, to MLC, Puna 9. All right, I can still do it. All right, let's do 17 left.
Copy. Ground Boeing 869er requests runway 17 left.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er taxi to and hold short of runway 17 left.
Alright, now that that's changed, let's change that in here before we input this takeoff information.
18 left Zulu cross runway tree 5 left Zulu cross runway tree 5 center Zulu Quebec 1. Contact tower on 134.9er when ready. Taxiing hold short runway 17 left using taxiway Charlie 9er Charlie Zulu cross runway 18 right Zulu cross runway 18 left Zulu cross runway tree 5 left Zulu cross runway tree 5 center Zulu Quebec 1 Boeing 869er.
Oh, this thing is gonna be stupid. Give me 1 second. Let me see what connects with MLC, because it doesn't look like this this departure is gonna do it. Let me see which one connects with it. None of them do. That's good. Well, we can do Jackie 9. Or we can do Keen 4. Let's do Tex for Oklahoma. And we'll get rid of MLC. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Let's do Tex 4. Our transition is going to be OKM. Let's do that, and now we need to get rid of the MLC. So let's go to SGF and get rid of that, and now we should be good. All right, I don't know why the GigaChad didn't respond for us. I'm pretty sure I have that turned on. Let me double check our flight real quick. Now that we had to change that, I have that option always chosen. The option to enforce whatever flight plan we have, and every time I do it, every time I do it, it never lets me do it. It's crazy. All right, fuzz steps. What happened to our departure here? Oh, I didn't put a runway in yet. That would probably help. 17 left. Select. And legs. Okay. All right, there we go. So we got that. And let's go to step. Okay, fuzz, the Grabe, eager, to OKM. All right, we're good. Very good. All right, let's get back up and let's get on out of here. So let's put on seat belts. Oh, I think the seat belts are down here actually. Yep. And we'll turn on the traffic and all that. Once we get back up and all that, we'll turn on the TCAS system. All right, so that's got the newer VH system. Actually, the interior of this plane is pretty good. Like I said, this is my first time in this airplane. All right, let's call for pushback. Which direction do we need to go? We need to go nose to the right. All right, ground services.
Ground Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er requesting pushback. Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er
Yo,
pushback.
That's some good shit, Braden. I'll find your channel when I get a few minutes here, either now, like during the flight, or afterwards, and sub right back to you, bro. I appreciate it.
Ground Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er requesting
Yeah, Air
pushback
Mexico,
time to
man, those
steer
are
the
fun
aircraft
flights.
to the right.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
Yeah, some good shit. Alright, do we have any restrictions with this takeoff? Nope, no height restrictions. You motherfucker.
Ground Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er
You're pushing us the
requesting
wrong
pushback time to
direction,
steer
Jack.
the aircraft to the left.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er.
Actually,
your
let's
request has
leave
been
like
transmitted to the operator.
6,000 in for now, and we'll change that as we go. Let's turn on our flight directors. Alright, that side's on. Let's turn on our hydraulic pumps to auto. Let's turn on the rest of our fuel. Alright, all those are on. Center tank's on. Alright, let's stop.
Ground Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er requesting the end of pushback.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er request to end pushback received.
Alright, packs need to be off. Alright, very good. Alright, so let's pull number 3. Alright, N2 has come alive, so now we can flip on the fuel. Let's turn on the window heat. Let's put our beacon light on. Let's do number 4. Let's wait for N2 to get up a little bit. We still have a couple things to finish setting up on the display here, actually, because we didn't finish setting up our takeoff info, but we'll do that here in a moment. Alright, let's turn on number 1. WAI switch. I don't think I'm familiar with that, but that might be weather. Alright, let's add some fuel. Now we can't operate that. Alright, well at least we can turn on our TCAS system. And we can set this to above for takeoff. And now let's pull number 2. We can finish getting our engines on. Alright, let's put that on. Alright, let's finish setting up, let's finish setting this up now that we have the correct runway in. So, let me come here. Okay, the runway wind. Alright, it's got the slope. Let me put the runway wind in. That's 180 and 8 knots. Hopefully hopefully it allows me to input this stuff in. We'll find out here in a moment. Sweet. And outside air temperature is 12 right now. Alright, let's go back a screen. And it should do our center of gravity. Oh, it doesn't do it. Well, I'll just put in 25. That's usually a pretty roundabout number. And let's do flaps. What flaps should we do? Let's try flaps 5. Invalid entry. Why won't it let me do 5? Is it 05? Is it 10 maybe? Okay, that works. Alright, so all that is good. Let's set our METAR. That right now is 2968, so let's set that up. $29.68. All right, very good. Let's put our flaps down. WAI button. All right, we can turn our packs on now. Stabilizer in the green band. Yeah, it looks like it. WAI switch off. Alright, let's put our parking brakes on. APU, I mean not parking brakes, let's set the automatic brakes to RTO. Alright, let me see here. Legs. And we'll put this one on here so we can have, alright, so V2 is 162. Let's add 15 to that, so now we have 177. And the direction of this runway is 176, so let's add that in. I'm going to run through the checklist real quick and see if I can find that WAI switch. That'll probably be quicker than Googling it. I've never heard of WAI switch before. And the stabilizer in the green band. I mean, it looks like it's in the green band right there. So let's run through the checklist real quick. Alright, so we had pre-flight, window heat switch. I don't think that's it. Windshield wipers. Could be yaw dampener switch. Where did I just see that at? Nope, that's on. Alright, let's see here. Flight deck, cargo, trim air switches. Yep, those are on. All these are on. Packs, isolation valve switches are on. APU, air is on even though we can turn it off. Navigation, logo, throttle, bank limiter, speed brake, thrust, TCAS, selector. Yeah, that's all good. Select transponder. It should be on transponder already. I just put it on. Alright, well, let's put that on transponder. Alright, starting engines, ECAS, yeah, that's all good before taxi. Alright. Okay, yeah, TARA, that's what I thought. TCAS should be back on now. Oh, I turned it on too many times. WAI switch. Give me a second. Let me look that up real quick. I've never heard of that before. I can't believe I actually have to look something up on an airplane. This is crazy. This is like a first. First in a long time. WAI switch 747. Automatic anti-ice. Oh, I guess that does make sense. Alright, auto. 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 Alright, that wasn't it. Fuel. Window heat. Yeah, that's it. Wing anti-ice. Alright, well, they're all on auto. So I guess maybe that'll turn on. Maybe this WAI switch off will go off when we get to a certain, like if we need the anti-ice on and we turn it on, maybe then that'll turn off. So, all right, let's go ahead and turn the the APU off. And is there a takeoff configuration? Test switch. Gear info, checklist, nav, info, flight control. Nope, I don't see one. All right, let's put our stabilizer in the green band. All right, so that's now in the green band. APU cooldown, RTO. Let's arm the speed brake. What the fuck? Alright, now that's armed. And there's usually a test button for takeoff configuration. Maybe they don't have one on this airplane. And there's no brake fans button. Alright, well, whatever. Let's get out of here. Let's go ahead and turn on data. And, oh, we gotta turn on taxi lights too. Well, I'm kind of like rummaging around this airplane like I've never done this before. A little scary tonight. I think we're good though. Yeah, everything else looks good, so we should be fine. I just really thought that there'd be a takeoff configuration button, but I guess not. All right, well, let's go taxi to the runway. Wow, they really pushed the hell out of us. Look at this. All right, let's release our parking brake. It was already released. Let's give it a little bit of juice. Welcome back, Byron. May have to go off-roading just a little bit. But I think we'll be okay. I was looking for buttons. I didn't realize how much they pushed us back. I'll lower the throttle a little bit once we get off the grass. Wow, we have 4.6 kilometers. Oh my God, they put us on the other side of the airport. Jesus Christ. We're going to be taxiing for longer than the flight tonight. We'll be out of fuel by the time we get to the runway. I'm just kidding. We'll be okay, but... I mean, I parked right next to the runway I wanted to use. And I have the option enforced to enforce... I'm pretty sure it's on. Let's see here. I thought I had GigaChad turned on. Yeah, GigaChad is turned on. And... yeah, ATC enforced flight plan. Yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit there. Isn't it, Microsoft Simulator? Just another lie. Just another lie from the man holding us down. Just another lie. Wow. I can't believe we got to go all the way over there. Well, at least we get to, you know, I bet you when you woke up this morning, guys, you weren't planning on taking a tour of Dallas-Fort Worth International, huh? To be honest, I wasn't expecting to take a tour of it either. I wasn't going to do this flight, actually. I was looking at 737 flights, like Southwest or United, but I was going to do this one yesterday, and then I had somebody message me asking me to do a tutorial on that Garmin system. So I wound up doing that. And that wound up taking almost 3 hours. I did a flight as well with it. However, that plane I flew, that Cirrus Vision Jet, all the screens went out at 11,000 feet. So I wound up landing that plane with the only info that I could see was what you see on the bottom of my screen here. I really had no control over the velocity. You know, I could either like pull the throttle all the way back or push it all the way forward. Like there was no in between. You know, I mean I was. Well, why don't you tell us that like before we pull Japan Airlines? Fuck it, we might as well go now. You're supposed to tell us that before we get to the runway, when we're at the holding point, not afterwards, dumb. That's what happened with that Japan's flight. You're trying to put us right on the runway. Oh, there's an Airbus flight there. Never mind. I take it back, Dallas. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm just a little cranky. Fucking GigaChad's over here putting product in his hair. It's messing me up. Alright, go ahead, Airbus. Go ahead and take off. Come on, you got the right of way, buddy. Let's go. You gonna go or I'm gonna go? One of us is gonna go. Alright, looks like he's slowly starting to roll. Yay! It's about time. God, the frame rate at airports is terrible lately with Microsoft. I'll see you in the air soon, my man. Bye! Alright, can we go ATC? What if I just start creeping? Are you going to talk to me? Are you going to talk to me? Thank you. Queen of the Sky. 747. Yeah, the only 747s I've flown. There's one in X-Plane that I used to fly a lot, and then the one in Aerofly, which I fly a lot. But the one in Aerofly is way simpler than this one. A lot of the buttons are the same, but that one you can't interact with everything like you can on this one here. So I got into this airplane tonight thinking this was going to be like that airplane. Plus I thought it was going to be like the A320 that Microsoft has, where most of the buttons are like they're locked. You can't interact with them. So I thought I was just going to have to jump in and program the flight plan and just start it on up and get going. I did not expect to be stumped a couple of times inside that airplane. No, that's not us. Ooh. No problem. That's not us, but okay. Oh, look at that, man. They got a jump ramp here at the airport. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this airport is huge. I've been to this airport a few times for various reasons, and man, this place is huge. I guess we should slow down a little bit, I guess. Actually, I found the Dreamliner in the simulator here to be easier than this airplane, starting it up, to be honest. I don't know why. I guess maybe I wasn't thinking 100% tonight because I'm a little worried about everything working properly tonight since I'm trying something new. You know, what I've been using has worked pretty well, but I was very, very tired of everything not being synced up properly. But I do miss wearing headphones. That I'm going to have to fix here pretty soon. Because right now I have sound coming out of my monitor. I have a computer monitor that I use when I'm streaming. And I have sound coming out of that, but I don't want the sound to bleed into the microphone of my laptop too much because I don't want there to be any kind of like echoing or, you know, phasing out of certain frequencies or something like that. So what's up, Inda? I understand Indonesia, but the rest of that I'd have to translate. If you let me get up in the air and I'll see if I can figure it out. But welcome to All About Aviation. I changed that name today. I was tired of seeing Greg K up there. I'm like, man, that has nothing to do with aviation. We need to change a couple of things up today. All right, we are almost at our runway. When we get up there, we'll turn on the auto throttle. We'll arm LNAV, we'll put on the rest of our lights. I don't believe there's a toga switch inside this airplane. I know there's probably one on the throttle itself, but I don't know if it works or not. We can try it. a lot of times that button on the throttle disengages the auto throttle. Now, why is it saying no V speeds? I wonder if that's because we have the auto throttle turned off. All right, let me put on the park and brake. Let's go ahead and put on our landing lights. Let's put the strobe lights on. Let's arm the auto throttle. Let's arm LNAV and VNAV. Still no V speeds. Do I have to verify something? Let me maybe that's what I had to do. Yep, now we got V speeds. Very good. All right, let's set our range out a little bit now that we are at the runway. Let's set it out for, oh, look at this takeoff. Looks like I got a, so it looks like we're gonna be taking off and then we're gonna be making a big U-turn. Sounds good to me, let's do it. Let's bring this in a little bit though, 10 miles. All right, we can release the park and brake. And let's go ahead now. I don't know if our plane's going to yell at us or not while we're taking off, because I don't know if sometimes these Boeing planes you're not supposed to have the air brake armed. So if that's the case, you know, we'll disengage the arm. You know, we'll try to disengage it while we're taking off. If not, we'll just deal with the airplane yelling at us. The METAR's changed a little bit, but it only went up 1/10 of a digit, so I'm not too worried about it. Alright, let's roll. Checklist incomplete. Another one of these planes from Microsoft where you get yelled at for not completing the checklist inside the
Boeing 869er, you are not cleared to take off.
Why are they calling us 869?
Regional approach Boeing Oscar Uniform 869.
Oh, that's why.
48 2 miles southeast of KDFW 800 feet.
Okay.
Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er regional approach. Squawk 0214.
Squawk 0214, Boeing 869er.
Boeing 869er radar contact 3 miles southeast of DFW 1,700 feet.
That's why it's calling us 869.
Cleared through the Bravo airspace, Boeing 869er.
Alright, we got one more setting of flaps left, I believe. Alright, let's do... Now, where is this plane taking us? Aha. Alright, well, let's go direct.
Boeing 869er, contact regional approach on 135.975. Good day.
135.975 Boeing 869er. Goodbye. Regional approach Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er 6,000 feet.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er regional approach QNH 29er.69er radar contact. Continue.
How did we get to 50,000 feet? Jesus Christ.
Boeing 869er, contact regional approach on 125.2. Good day.
Going to 125.2
Alright, I'll
Boeing
change that again
869er.
later.
Regional approach Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er 6,000 feet.
Boeing
Fix
Oscar
menu
Uniform
nav
869er regional
program.
approach QNH 29er.71 radar contact. Continue.
There's no direct button. Alright, we'll just fly it in heading mode for a while. Let's get rid of this caution sign. Alright, flight level change. Let me get rid of this thing. That's bothering me.
Boeing 869er, contact Fort Worth Center on 134.15. Good day.
Going to 134.15 Boeing 869er. Fort Worth Center Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er 7,900 feet.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, Fort Worth Center QNH 29er.70 radar contact. Continue. Boeing 869er, contact regional approach on 119er.
I'm not sure why
Good day.
after we took off it wouldn't recognize fuzz. That was our first waypoint. And then it stayed in toga mode for LNAV for a while. That was very strange. Alright, let's go ahead now and put this up to 300.
119er.4 Boeing 869er. Goodbye. Regional approach Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er 10,600 feet.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er regional approach QNH 29er.69.
Now our LNAV system should work by the time we get up to our that waypoint there, that gray waypoint.
Terminated squawk 1200. Frequency change approved.
But I don't see a direct button though. That's
Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved Boeing 869er. Fort Worth Center Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er is type Boeing B748 4 miles southeast of 4 Tango X-ray to 11,500 feet. Request flight following.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er Fort Worth Center. Squawk 4261. Airbus 55 Golf climb and maintain
usually there's a
level
direct to button that you can use.
Squawk 4261 Boeing 869er.
Oh good, LNAV is now engaged.
869er
Which means we should be able to engage VNAV now.
Tango X-ray to 13,400 feet. QNH 29er.69er. Climb
Alright,
and
very good.
maintain flight level 2.
I don't think we can lock the landing gear
Roger,
here.
Boeing 869er.
Yeah, I don't think we can. I'll leave that alone. Alright, we're gonna flip over to standard barometric pressure here pretty soon. Let's turn on traffic. We'll complete the checklist here momentarily so we can get rid of that sign there. Outside air temperature is +5. We're gonna have to, well, we have the anti-ice on automatic, so it should do it automatically. We can turn these off.
869er, contact
And let's switch over to standard pressure.
1275. Good day.
124.75.
Alright, let's click on checklist.
Goodbye. Fort Worth Center, Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, flight level 185.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, Fort Worth Center, radar contact. Continue.
Alright, good. That's all done. Let's go back to, I guess we'll go to statistics. Alright, everything is looking good. As Pharaoh said in Aliens, we're in the pipe. 5 by 5. Whatever the fuck that means. Whatever the fuck she meant by 5 by 5. We're now free to move about the country. Whoa! What the hell is going on? Whoa! Whoa! What the hell happened?
Generic 87 Victor, contact Fort Worth Center on 127.6. Good day.
Boy, man, this plane is it's got a mind of its own. That was crazy.
127.6, generic 87 Victor. Goodbye.
So 0.856 is where we should be. I'll do VNAV again once we get back on course. That was crazy, man. I thought the plane was just making a regular turn. I don't know if you caught that or not. I thought it was making a regular turn, and then it just like flipped over. I didn't touch anything, I promise. I have been the culprit sometimes, but tonight wasn't that night. Jesus. I want to watch that again on stream when I get a chance. That was crazy, man. Speed is slowly but surely increasing. Let me see what mode we're in here, if it'll tell us here. Key not active. Alright, so we are in climb mode. Alright.
Generic 05, Zulu contact, Fort Worth Center on 128.1.
Now once we get up to our Mach speed, then I'll go ahead and increase the climbing, the climbing profile, as long as the thrusters will allow it.
Goodbye. Boeing 869er, contact Fort Worth Center on 128.1. Good day.
Going to 128.1, Boeing 869er.
Oh, you're blessing us with your presence today, Giga Chad. Thank you very much.
Flight level 310.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er Fort Worth Center radar contact continue.
I was reading on Reddit that a lot of people have this issue with the anti-ice switch being off, even when they have it turned on, so maybe it's just a glitch in the matrix, you know? Alright, what should we be actually heading on 15? So we're a little far off from 15. We're almost at speed. It's been a crazy flight so far. Whoa, that can't be right. Hang on a second. I just noticed something. I might have to turn live weather off. It's trying to tell me the winds are 130 miles an hour. I'm sorry, 130 knots. Yeah, bro. That's not right. Let's turn off. I have never seen anything like that before. Let's turn off live weather. That might have been why we were nosediving.
Airbus 20 Pop. Generic tree 5 Romeo. You are tree 9 miles southwest. Descend and maintain 9,000 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway 20 approach.
That might explain.
Descend and maintain 9,000 feet. Expect vectors.
That might explain a lot here.
20 approach. Generic tree 5 Romeo.
All right, LNAV is re-engaged. Let's re-engage VNAV as well. So, lately with Microsoft Simulator, I don't know why, but live weather has really been off. Now, I think it has something to do with their air rack system being out of whack and not having the live time on with the live weather.
Generic 29 Romeo contact.
But,
Fort Worth Center on 1
like, I did a flight the other day and the plane was like bouncing around. Like, it kind of reminded me of like I was using the analogy, like it reminded me of a 64 Impala from like a Snoop Dogg video or Dr. Dre video. But yeah, man, that shit is crazy. 120 knots for the wind speed. No wonder our plane fell out of autopilot. That makes total sense now. I'm gonna have to jump on the forums and try to figure out why that's happening. Those Microsoft Simulator forums are pretty good, actually. There's a lot of good help on those websites. I don't have my glasses on. My eyes are a little tired, and I was looking at it. I'm like, damn, that sure looks like 120. And I was like, sure shit is 120. It's crazy. It's nuts. It's not supposed to be that fast. Like, according to SimBrief, the cruise wind would be like 32 knots. And even at the highest altitude we have on this chart here, it's 43,000 feet. The highest wind rating I'm seeing is like 78. You know, that's a good. Oh, that's at 35,000 feet, but still. I mean, that's still like 50 knots lower than where that was just now. Maybe we'll turn on live weather when we're landing. But the reason I haven't been using live time is because Microsoft hasn't updated their server, from what I understand, with all the new waypoints, all the new air rack data, all the new departures, arrivals, approaches, frequencies, things like that, and it's been making some planes not operate properly. But yeah, man. Once we get up to altitude, we'll go ahead and speed things up a little bit. All right, we're almost at altitude. Yeah, okay, so here, this is what I mean. Right here. Airport map database. So if you were to go to SimBrief and look at their airport map database, that's like the AirAct system. Currently, the cycle we're on right now is December 28th to like January 29th. But Microsoft is still using this here which is why I chose the 17th of December. But I think because I have a date like from last month with live weather, that might be throwing off, that might be throwing a glitch in the matrix, so to say. So I'm thinking that might be why the weather isn't. Yo, that's dope, Braden. Good job, man. It's always nice nailing a good landing, that's for sure. Gotta get that soft, buttery landing. Soft and buttery. Silky smooth and buttery. That's good, man. Good job. That's some good shit. That makes the flight worthwhile, man, when you make a good landing like that. It makes you know, all the work worth it, that's for sure. Alright, are we at altitude yet? Can we put this on cruise mode? We're going to Chicago. This plane here, this is based off an Atlas Air flight that took place yesterday between Dallas and Chicago. Big old cargo plane. We almost weren't heading anywhere a minute ago. We almost crashed. I took my eyes off the ball for a second, and next thing I know, the autopilot's off, and we're almost flipped over. So, all right, let's put this in cruise mode. And let's hold our altitude. And let's put this in... Nah, I'm just using the regular Boeing livery. That's one of the only airlines I don't have a livery for. I have liveries for pretty much everything, but not Atlas Air. I couldn't find that one. I looked pretty hard for it. I couldn't find it anywhere. At least nowhere that I could get it on Xbox. Alright, let's go to progress. Oh yeah, we got a while before we descend. So we'll put this in sped up mode. Let's go 1 click, 2 clicks. Now we're 2 times speed. Yeah, no Atlas livery. F. Oh yeah, the volume looks pretty good for the airplane. I just switched over to take a look at it for a second now that I have a second to put my eyes on something else. Well, you know, if I turned off live weather, I should probably turn the ATC off also. There's really no reason to have them on in our ear, to be honest. I'm not on PC, I'm on Xbox. Hang on. Yeah, let me show you. So there's a setting under controller options. So with controller, there's an option called sim rate. So that's what I have my controller always set on. And if you go under, I think it's miscellaneous. Yeah, sim rate. So the way I activate it is this increased sim rate right here. So I just hold in the R, you know, the right thumbstick and push up once. That doubles it, and then I push it up again, and that puts it in 2x mode. But I never go faster than that, just because the simulator it doesn't work very well. The airplane tends to fall out of autopilot and get really unstable when it gets higher than 2 times. I also try not to make any turns with it on either, but we just did. But yeah, I'll leave it on 2x speed for most of the flight while we're cruising, because there's no good way to fast forward this flight. They have a feature where you can fast forward it. I don't have it on the menu bar here, but I've never been able to get it to work properly. I've tried it multiple ways and I just can't get it to work. Like, I would click like descend and it would put me at 5,000 feet in altitude, but like 300 miles away from the airport. Or I'd click on cruise and it would put me at like 36,000 feet, but like 50 miles from the airport. So I just can never get it to work properly. So yeah, I like having that feature. It works pretty well. It's just it doesn't slow down when it goes into turns. So if you do use it, just be mindful of, if you go into a turn and it's sharp enough to turn, it might wind up over banking and throwing off the autopilot, and then now you're 2 times speed trying to get your plane to get proper again. But I speak from experience. Not usually. The only time I've done that is with the 737 that I have, because that one I can do 8 times speed. So I have a PMDG has a
Boeing 869er, contact Kansas City Center on 128.8. Good day.
Going to 128.8 Boeing 869er. Kansas City Center Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er flight level 390.
but not usually. Usually I try to keep the flights within like 2 hours.
City Center, radar contact, continue.
Yeah, the only overseas flights I typically will do is on Aerofly, but I have done a few from like middle of the Pacific, east or west, or from like Australia to
128.6 Boeing 869.
like Singapore,
Goodbye.
or to Dubai or
Kansas
something
City
like
Center,
that. But
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er flight level 390.
yeah, absolutely.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, Kansas City Center, radar contact.
Yep,
continue.
that is for sure. It's a very easy way to gain more hours. Yeah, because this flight in real life I think is like 2.5 hours, but since we're 2x speed, I want to say like last night when I was in 2x speed, we were doing like a mile like every 3 or 4 seconds, something like that. And that was in a much smaller plane at a lower altitude that was going a lot slower. So like if we look here, we can see like the miles just ticking down. And then when we get close to the top of descent, usually within like 30 miles of the top of descent, I'll put it back in regular speed and just finish it out at regular speed. All right, are we turning here?
Boeing 869er, contact Kansas City Center on 127.5. Good day.
We'll do. Giga Chad will take care of it.
127.5 Boeing 869er.
Oh yeah, we're turning here. I'm gonna slow down
Kansas City
here
Center,
and
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er flight level
about
390.
15 miles. When we get to about 10 miles, I'm gonna slow it down.
Kansas City Center, radar contact, continue.
Oh my God. Jesus. You know what? I don't know if I had the patience to sit there that long, dude. That's crazy. That was probably, I'm sure it was a lot of fun, but that is a long time to be sitting there, Did you like sit and watch it the whole time, or did you kind of like take breaks and do other shit, or go to sleep for the night and come back, or? More power to you, man. I don't know if I have the patience for that. That's That is a long flight. 11 hours, that's for sure. Wow. Right. Yeah, I imagine you would have to time that pretty perfectly. Otherwise, your alarm clock will, you know, otherwise you wake up and you're like, you know, not in a very good position. Yeah, I imagine you would have to time that pretty good. That's interesting, though. I never thought about doing something like that, though. Like, put the flight on and then go to sleep. Maybe I'll try that one night. Because I would like to do, I mean, I do want to do longer flights, but there's just there's not a really good way of speeding things up unless, you know, you do something like this. But even this has its limitations. I mean, like with turning the airplane and things like that, it doesn't slow down when it goes into turns. The PMDG737 does, though. That plane, regardless of what speed you put that on, if you go, when you get to a waypoint, it slows down about a half a mile from the waypoint. And then when you get about a half a mile to a mile after it, it speeds back up again. It'd be nice if this did that. All right, we got 394 to Chicago, 294 to... And it says 2013 Zulu, and... Oh, we only got about about a half an hour. 2013 and 1940. Yeah, I got about 30 minutes until we descend, even if we didn't speed it up. Yeah, that'll work. Get a good 6 hours in, and then, you know, you probably had about hour to 2 hours in the plane, get to your cruising altitude, go to sleep for 5 or 6 hours, and then get ready for your descent. Almost like a real pilot. Oh wow. Yeah, you know, I've seen a lot of Captain Sim has a lot of airplanes in that marketplace, and I've always been so hesitant to buy it, any of them, just because of some of the ratings. But yeah, that's good to know. That would kind of drive me nuts, having to always fly the airplane to like 8,000 feet. The stabilization part I kind of get, because like the Mitsubishi plane that I fly, that one you have to have stabilized before you put the autopilot on, otherwise it won't work at all. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm way ahead of you, brother. You don't have to worry about that. I think if I would have bought one of them, I would have bought one already. I came really close though when they first came out with the 767. I came really close to getting that, but then I was reading about it, and then I watched some gameplay on it, and I was like, nah. Like if it would do something like different than the other planes that I have. Oh yeah, yeah. I saw an article on the 777 from TMDG the other day. That thing looks sweet. Yeah, and it builds. The A350 looks real good, and then there's also an A380 that's in the works too right now. So yeah, there's definitely some cool planes on the horizon. That's for sure. Made by companies that have a really good track record for putting products through that, you know, that are good and reliable and fun to fly. And yeah, it should be a good year. Yep, yeah, the fly-by-wire, that's right. Yep. Yeah, so a lot of fun things on the horizon for, I don't know if they're going to wait for 2024 to come out, or if they're going to just launch them and have it available for both. We'll see. You know, like I used to play a lot of the train sim world, and with that one, you know, like it doesn't matter if you're playing train sim 2, 3, 4, pretty much all the trains are interchangeable between all the different versions of the simulator. So I wonder if it would kind of be like that with some of these airplanes, where like if you like the airplanes I own for 2020 Microsoft, if those planes will be able to be used, you know, for the 2024 version. I'm wondering, or if I'm going to be forced to buy all new airplanes. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'd love to have a 757 or a 767. I'm kind of hoping that they come out with either the 717 from Boeing or like the MD-80 or the MD-82. Like, I'd like to have one of those longer airplanes that have the engines all the way in the back where the tail is. I think that would be pretty cool if they could come out with one of those. Yep. Yeah, definitely a lot of good things on the horizon, that's for sure. Alright, so Welts, that's actually the transition point for our arrival. Oh, that's good. Thanks for letting me know. I probably wouldn't have found that out unless somebody else told me. Yeah, that's good to know, man.
Going to 118.4.
Yeah, because some of these planes are expensive. I mean, like,
Kansas City Center, Boeing
you know, I don't want to have to spend all that money all over again. That's crazy.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, Kansas City Center, radar contact, continue.
Alright, let's slow back down again. I'm wondering if we have any kind of... Let's see here. Alright, so 108.95. Those are comms. Oh, those are all comms. That sucks. Yeah, that doesn't work. Oh, it already has it in here? Damn, that sucks. It's got the wrong course, though. Twitter, account info, personal plane, subject transfer, discussion. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I imagine there would be a lot of people that'd be pissed off. You know, because the PMDG plane was the most expensive of the lot that I bought. That one was like $50, I think. But even so, when you add up all the other stuff, all the other planes and liveries, I mean, that's, you know, easily over $100. You know, it's not something I would really want to spend again unless I really had to. That's good. Thanks for letting me know that. I didn't know that. That's good news. That makes me happy. The one thing I want them to implement on the new version, I just want them to have a efficient way to fast forward a flight. Like Aerofly has a great way of doing it, and so does X-Plane. And I just don't understand why Microsoft. I mean, I know that they're like a higher end simulator, you know, but still, there's a lot of people that don't use it as a training simulator. Like, you know, like, I don't want to sit in a plane for 11 hours, man. Sometimes I do want to fly from one side of America to Europe, or, you know what I mean, do a long haul flight, but I don't want to sit there for hours and hours and hours. All right, we got that, and then we'll set our course. Oh, I don't need to set the course. I already set it. All right, what's our decision height? 100, it looks like. So let's set our decision height. Oops. God, these knobs move so quick. Good lord. Just hold the trigger in for like a second or two and it like jumps up a couple hundred. Yeah, that's good to know. That makes me happy. Happy. Alright, so we still got 125 miles until we descend. Yeah, man. Good seeing you, Braden. I'll when I get off the flight, I'll find you on YouTube and subscribe as well. But yeah, man. Good job on your landing, bro. I'll talk to you later on. You too, my man. Have a blessed night. Alright, so Maroc.
Wing 869er, contact Kansas City Center on 135.525. Good day.
135.525, Boeing 869er. Goodbye. Kansas City Center, Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, flight level 390.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, Kansas City Center, radar contact, continue.
Whoa, what the fuck? How did we fall out of autopilot again? What the hell, man?
On 118.4. Good day.
118.4, Boeing 869er. Goodbye. Kansas City Center, Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, flight level 395.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, Kansas City Center, radar contact, continue.
Something is jacked up with this airplane, man. I have no control over this airplane at all. It's ascending. I can't go back down. Wow. What the hell is going on with this airplane, man? Why does this plane just fall out of autopilot, like all on its own? Altitude alert. We're at the correct altitude. Man, I might not be flying this plane again anytime soon, that's for sure, man. This plane is crazy. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Shit. Alright, well, let's turn around. Now, why am I still ascending?
Boeing 869er, contact Kansas City Center on 133.4. Good day.
133.4 Boeing 869er. Goodbye. Kansas City Center Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er flight level 395.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, Kansas City Center radar contact continue.
Still increasing.
Boeing 869er, contact Kansas City Center on 118.4. Good day.
Going to 118.4 Boeing 869er. Kansas City Center Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er flight level 395.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, Kansas City Center radar contact continue. Airbus 53 Tango contact Kansas City Center on 133.4. Good day.
I've never had a plane like this in my life with Aerofly, man. This thing is nuts.
53 Tango. Goodbye.
5.525, Boeing 869er. Goodbye. Kansas City Center, Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, flight level 390.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, Kansas City Center, radar contact, continue. Airbus 89er Bravo, contact Kansas City Center on 121.25. Good day. Airbus 89er Bravo. Goodbye.
Alright, we're coming back into our flight plan. As we can see that magenta line on the top left moving in.
Generic 26 kilo traffic is 4 o'clock, 3 miles at 6,000 feet generic. Report them in sight. Generic 26 kilo, have the traffic. Generic 48 Charlie traffic is 4 o'clock, 4 miles at 5,000 feet generic. Report them in sight. Generic 29er traffic is 11 o'clock, 4 miles at 6,000 feet generic. Report them in sight. Generic 48 Charlie had a generic in sight. Generic 29er traffic in sight. Kansas City Center, November 79er 14,000 feet. Generic November 79er 1 Kansas City Center, QNH 29er 2 radar contact, continue.
Alright, LNAV, you gonna kick back on again, buddy? There we go. LNAV's back in the fold again. Welcome back, LNAV. We missed you. It's good to have you back in the cut.
Generic 46 Tango contact Kansas City Center on 118.4. Good day. Generic 46 Tango. Goodbye.
It's been a crazy flight, man. I don't know if I'm going to fly this plane again anytime soon. That's for sure. Maybe our plane wasn't so stable because we didn't have fuel in the stabilizer tank. Maybe. Alright, we have about 6. There's no sense of going fast forward again. Alright, let's plug in 24,000 feet. We'll arm VNAV when we get closer. Yeah, what's the max landing weight? Takeoff landing weight is 276. Oh, max is 312. Oh yeah, we're way under that. Okay. Now that is very interesting. If you're looking at this fuel here, the fuel seems to really be going from the center wing and the stabilizer tank before anything else. That's very interesting. Very interesting.
Boeing 869er, contact Kansas City Center on 127.275. Good day.
127.275, 27.275, Boeing 869er. Goodbye. Kansas City Center, Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, flight level 390.
Very interesting.
Kansas City Center, radar contact, continue.
Excuse me. Alright, let's click VNAV to arm that. Since we're going to be starting our descent here very soon, as we can see it's on the map. It's right on the map. As you can see, right here on the map. Swiper, no swiping. Dora. Dora. Ooh. This might be part of the reason here. Let's turn it to auto for the bank limit. That might be part of the reason why we've had some issues. That's odd they would have it set the bank limit right from the get-go. Alright, let's bring up our checklist so we don't get put in timeout again. Recall, auto brake, landing data, and VREF. Let's go to init.
Boeing 869er, contact Chicago Center on 135.6. Good day.
That's all set.
135.6, Boeing 869er. Goodbye. Chicago Center, Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, flight level 390.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, Chicago Center, radar contact, continue.
Dora. Dora. Map. Dora was a whore. More fucking circles. All over America. All over America. The circles are taking over. This has been a very frustrating flight. Very frustrating. Been fun in some ways. Has been. Frustrating nonetheless. Yep.
Boeing 869er, contact Chicago Center on 124.55. Good day. Airbus 60 Romeo, contact Kansas City Center on 135.525. Good day.
No, nothing like
Going to 124.5
declining late.
Boeing 869er. Chicago Center Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er flight level 390.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er Chicago Center radar contact continue.
Am I gonna have to play the game where I need to sit in here and babysit the speed brake? I guess that's par for the course with this airplane tonight. Sure, why not? Let's just ride the speed brake all the way down.
Generic 30 Juliet, contact Peoria approach on 125.8. Good day. Going to 125.8, generic 30 Juliet. Generic 84, hotel contact Chicago Center on 119.225. Good day. Going to 119.225, generic 84, hotel. Chicago approach generic November 91057 IFR to Yankee 96, ready to copy. Generic November 91057 is cleared to Yankee 96 Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 125.8, squawk 700 tree. Clearance point 30 minutes from now. Generic November 91057, cleared to Yankee 96 Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 7,000
What is this fucking airplane doing?
Departure is 124.55 squawk 700 tree. Clearance point 30 minutes from now. Generic 057 readback is correct. Good day.
This airplane is broken, bro. Absolutely broken.
Chicago Center Airbus, November 8 8642 Romeo flight level 250. Airbus November 8642 Romeo Chicago Center radar. Contact continue to Delta Papa Kilo. Airbus 58 Charlie. Contact Chicago Center on 135.6. Good day. Airbus 58 Charlie. Goodbye.
Now, why aren't we following? Oh, we are. We're only at 23,000 feet. Okay. I think we'll be okay. Oh, there's Little Sister. Interesting name for a... I don't know what that is actually. Forest, house, parking lot, baseball stadium.
Oscar uniform 869er Chicago Center radar contact continue.
9, sign a set. Now I got a name. Read the writing. See, catch me. Went off. Lost between the culture, the system. Genocide. Funds in. Heeg, move! Move, Heeg! What Mike Myers movie was that from years ago? Look how big his head is, it's like an orange on top of a toothpick. I don't know. It was a pretty funny movie though. It was a long time ago. Boy, this plane makes some violent moves. Jesus. Scary. Forgot to change our traffic system. Put it on below so it can catch the traffic below us.
42 Romeo, contact Chicago Center, 120.125. Good day. Airbus 42 Romeo. Goodbye.
Not extended. Is it really? There we go. Wow, we're really that high up, that close? Need to look at the chart. Yeah, it looks like we are, actually. Wow. That's interesting.
Boeing 869er, contact Chicago Center on 127.075. Good day.
Going to 127.075, Boeing 869er. Chicago Center, Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, 12,000 feet.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, Chicago Center QNH 29er.902 radar contact continue.
That's what I have. That's what I have programmed in there. Home Free, that's a cool name for a town. If that is a town. Might just be that plot of land right there called Home Free. I'm waiting for the next shoe to drop, like what's gonna happen next? There's Gibbons. Barry's like our initial fix. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, we're a little about 20, 25, 30 miles out. Oh no, we're about 40 miles out. There's 20 miles from Gibbons to Barry. Okay. Well, that makes a little bit of sense why we haven't picked up the localizer frequency yet, at least.
Boeing 869er, contact Chicago approach on 133.5. Good day.
So we should be at 85.
133.5, Boeing 869er. Goodbye. Chicago approach Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er, 11,300 feet.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er Chicago, approach QNH, 29er, 2 radar contact, continue.
Yeah, we're just going to use heading mode and vertical speed. I'm not leaving LNAV and this in the hands of LNAV and VNAV. Not after what I experienced in the beginning and middle. All right, very good. And I'm looking at the chart right now for our landing, which I'd pull up for you, but I can't pull it up on the plane here, so. Now, as soon as I see that we have the DME, you know, that it's picking up the frequency, I'm gonna switch over to localizer mode. But I think we're still kind of far away, so. All right, and that is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, So we got about 25 miles once we get to Barry.
Chicago approach Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Boeing Oscar Uniform 869er Chicago approach. Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
Cleared through Bravo airspace Boeing 869er.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're making our final approach into Chicago O'Hare. I realize there's nobody on board because we're Atlas Air and all we do is cargo. Thank you for flying. Friendly skies. Alright, DME is picked up. Let's click nav. Localizer. And from here we're going to turn on a course of 93. Alright, localizer is captured. We got half the battle done. Now, the reason why this has a line in it is because according to the chart I'm looking at, our course is 93. Well, they have 92. So, I'm going to go with the chart. Alright, now from Barry we need to go down to 8,000 feet. So let's plug in 7,000. Well, let's just start descending and then we can always tweak it from there. Let's go down 1,000 at a time. Let's drop this to 220. Oh, you fucking checklist. Alright, that's our capture altitude. Alright, glide scope's alive. We're quite a bit above it, but we can fix that here shortly. Put our next set of flaps down. Next set of flaps down.
Boeing 869er, contact Chicago approach on 119.0.
Let's arm the localizer and the glide scope.
Going to 119.0, Boeing 869er. Chicago approach Boeing Oscar Uniform.
Alright, glide scope is now captured.
700 feet.
Let's put our next set of flaps down.
Chicago approach QNH 9.902 radar contact continue.
Landing gear. 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 Landing gear.
Landing gear's down, dude. Jeez, man. It's down, I promise. Oh, I love the frame rate. Oh, talk to me, frame rate. Oh, man, it's a beautiful thing. I love when you just stop in the middle of a screen like that. That is so great. Oh, do it again. Do it one more time. Go ahead, you can do it. Oh, I knew you could do it. Frame rate. Anytime we get near a big airport, frame rate is terrible. That's another reason. Check that reason off too. Reason number 75 that I like to use automatic landings. You ever try to land a plane when you keep on stopping in the middle of the landing? It's a little difficult. I have some practice with Aerofly, but I don't like doing it. Hey, golf course. Just what we need, more golf courses. That's a big golf course. That looks like that's 36 holes. Looks like it wraps all around, like here. Probably all the same golf course. Or it could be like a north side and a south side. Wow, that's a lot of holes. That's what she said. We have a golf course like that near my house. It's 36 holes. They have a north, south, east, and west course. And buddy, let me tell you, that north and east course is 2. Why are you beeping? What happened to the glide scope? Dude, I have no power. I cannot raise my plane. I cannot do anything. I am completely frozen.
200.
I cannot move my plane up.
100.
Well, looks like Atlas Air crashed. All of that fucking time for nothing. That's par for the course tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The autopilot was off. I'm pulling back on the throttle. 0.0. What a disgusting plane you put together, Microsoft. What a disgusting plane, Microsoft. I hope somebody from Microsoft developer team that put this piece of shit plane together, I hope you see this. Might not mean anything to you, but I will never fly that airplane again. I will rather fly Aerofly's broken-ass 747. Hell, I'd rather play X-Planes or Real Flight Simulator. How about that? How about I'd rather do Real Flight Simulator 747 than this piece of shit? This is the first plane I can honestly say that I've flown in Microsoft Simulator that's a complete piece of garbage. You guys did a super shitty job putting this plane together. Absolutely terrible. 0.0. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Man. Yes, let's go back to the main menu. Anyways, that's it for this stream. I'll be back tomorrow, my friends. I certainly appreciate you spending part of your day, morning, evening, night, overnight, whatever time of day it is where you are, time of night. I certainly appreciate you spending some of that with me here on the Aviation Show. Yes, sir. All about aviation. That's the new name of this channel. All about aviation. And that's all this channel's about so far. We haven't found anything else to be about yet. So until we find something else to be about, we're going to be all about aviation. Anyways, I will see y'all tomorrow, my friends. Be good to yourself. Be good to me. Subscribe, like, click the follow button, do all that good stuff. And I will see y'all on the airplane show tomorrow.